Hello everyone and welcome to the very first edition of Fragrance News Network. Fragrance News Network is a series that I'm going to go ahead and get started. The goal is to kind of connect the community in a couple different ways. The video is going to highlight, or this video is going to highlight new fragrance reviewers that have come out, new videos that have come out, new fragrance topics that have come out, and even sales videos, trade videos that are out there that people can go ahead and utilize. There are some people who connect via Facebook, some people connect via only YouTube. And I figured, why not make a nice little video series once every week? It'll be airing every Wednesday night is the goal and the plan, at least, for these videos, and just kind of give us a way to connect with one another, get some exposure to some reviewers who may not have as much viewership. So it'll hopefully accomplish that, and this will get rid of some of my other series that I have doing reviewer highlights. Why do that when I can just bunch it all up together in a Fragrance News Network video? So that's the goal of Fragrance News Network, and let's get started with or whatever acronym you want to give it. But yes, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off with new reviewers and returning reviewers. This section is going to highlight basically new reviewers, returning viewers, as I just mentioned. It's also, if you look at my homepage, and it probably won't be finished by the time this video comes out, but I'm actually going to put down every single reviewer on my homepage as a channel link, if I can go ahead and do it. So I've been having a little bit of technical difficulties, but hopefully that will be finished by the end of this week. Now, let's just go ahead and get started into this part. So first we have Mr. Zayas 81, and I'll put the link up for all of these. He's a Cuban guy, middle-aged, and he's bringing a new perspective for some of these fragrance reviews. He has some videos already out on Bond, Serge Lutens, I believe a Sergi video, and an Andy Tower video. Not L'air du Desert Motocaine, as most people have done, but a different one. So go ahead and check that one out as well. Check his channel out. The next person we have is teenfraghead. He's very young. He's still in high school, I believe. He comes from basically a different perspective out there. So take a look at his videos. He kind of gives it from that high schooler perspective, and he gives it also from a younger person's perspective. Sorry, being redundant there. Next person that we have is a person that has been around reviewing fragrances. It's just that his channel went through some technical difficulties. It was deleted for a bit, but now it's back. So you may have seen him re-subscribe to you at one point, and that is none other than the Lupe Experience. He's, again, had some technical difficulties, but he's already putting videos back out. I believe his most recent one is one on, it's a fragrance that, Alone, or Night of the Man. The Night of the Man fragrance. For some reason, it's escaping my mind right now. But either way, the next person who's up is none other than the fragrance guru himself, Robes08, who is back from his overseas trip. He usually takes an overseas trip and does, work or whatever it is that he does overseas, but he comes back and starts pumping out either fragrance reviews or updates. He's already put out an update with the fragrances haul, with a fragrance haul that he's actually had, and he just recently put out a review about Perriella's Man. So go ahead and check that out. Check his channel out if you're not already subscribed to it. And the final person that we have is a woman, basically. It's a fragrance reviewer who was around before, but she kind of disappeared off the map. Turns out she went to get married, basically. Came back, she's married now, and she's looking to pump out more reviews. And that is none other than Indoleholic. And her most recent review was a Prelude to Man video. Personally, I love that fragrance. It's a very good review. Go ahead and check out her channel as well. So if you're a new reviewer and your channel was not mentioned, I will eventually get to it. It's the thing. I don't want to keep these sections too long. So usually I'm going to highlight a couple reviewers and then move on. So eventually you will be mentioned. If I am not subscribed to your channel and you see this video and it's about fragrances, go ahead and send me a message. I'll go ahead and get you added, and you will probably be featured in this section as well. So keep that in mind. So for our next section, we have our sale and trade video. Now this is going to go ahead and cover the sales and the trades that are pretty much out there at this point. And let's go ahead and get started into that. The first one that we have up is a reviewer who's been around for a bit. He's been back for a while, and that is none other than Tunes 1200. He's got a video up that he's selling some fragrances that have come out. He's got lower end to the higher end fragrances. He's got an Express Reserve, I believe, for sale. He's also got some Killian for sale, as well as some Sean Johns that are in there. He's got multi-platinum for those of you who are looking for that one as well. It's a little bit of a harder to find fragrance, so go ahead and check out his video. Nail Bomb 3 also has a video where he's selling some fragrances. One worthy of note fragrance, if some of you are looking for it, is a decant of New Harlem that he has there. So be sure to check his out as well. Scentboss also has a video up. It's looking like he needs some much needed funds for whatever it is that he's going to do. I forgot what it was specifically. I apologize for that. But he has a video where he is selling some fragrances there, and just check it out. Link will be there. Also, Brandon, or BA Great 01, has a sales video basically where he's also selling some fragrances. He's selling the Dreamer, some other fragrances like, I believe, a Carlos Santana fragrance is in there as well too. So check that one out as well. And finally, there's always the fragrance swap thread that we have that is that is available per month, and it is run currently by Al, or the Street Sense guy, basically. So link will be there as well. Go ahead and check that one out. You can usually find people offering to swap up fragrances, to trade fragrances there as well. Now, for any of these people, any of these times that I see that are listed here in the sales and trade video, one thing to keep in mind is that I am by no means endorsing anyone. Use caution when making your sales and trades with anyone, whoever it is, basically. So just keep that in mind. Now, on to the next section. And that is recent videos. So for our recent videos, we have a little bit of a list here. Not every week we'll have every single video that I went through, but I just went through and picked a couple of videos out there that I felt that should be highlighted as far as, recent videos that are in the community. So let's go ahead and start off. There is an upcoming video that's going to be upcoming with a history of the Dior fragrance house, and that is put out by Brian. His screen name will be right here as well too. He is an excellent reviewer, brings a different perspective. Go ahead and check that video when it comes out. I'm not sure when it is, but it'll be coming out soon. Ladycocoscents has released a video on Valencia Paris. She does reviews on, a lot of times on fragrances that aren't really covered. She had a fragrance review on the New York Yankees fragrance. So go ahead and check her video out too. She brings a unique perspective. Great video. Coach Rob 619 has released his signature scent. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Go ahead and take a look at his video, see what it is. Franchisi1 has released a top 10 fragrance houses list, where he basically goes over and describes each of the top 10 houses that he selected, that he likes, why he likes them, and why he considers them the top 10 fragrance houses. So check that one out as well. Pretty, I'd say a decently unique video. Can't really recall anyone. There might be one or two people who have that type of a top 10 list out. So definitely worth checking out. BP Wool, or Brad, basically, has come out with a video on l'Odyssée Semiake Sport. Personally, I hate the fragrance, but check out his review, see what his opinion is on it. It's, yeah, I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one. All right. Not because of him, it's because of the fragrance. I smelled that fragrance and yeah, I don't want to get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and the next one, we've got a review of Sweet Redemption, which is the last in the line, and it is done none other than by Masters of Style. So, or Alex, as some of you know him. So go ahead and check that video out. Classy guy, classy fragrance, and definitely worth taking a look into. Another interesting video that is coming out is actually put out by one of the fragrance bros, and that is Daver's Bookshelf. He's got a video basically where he's going to go over and talk about various fragrance books that are out there to check out. A lot of people actually read books on fragrances, and this is a great place to actually start. Take a look at a review about the books basically on fragrances. So it's definitely a great start. Check out the Fragrance Bros. Definitely worth looking into. The next one that we have is a rare review from Al, or otherwise known as Street Sense. Basically, he's got a video on Creed's Virgin Island Water. I call him the Creed spokesman. He loves Creed fragrances. Great review, and it really describes what Virgin Island water is really like. So go ahead and check that video out. As far as, there's another unique video that's out called, it's a collab video on Givenchy's Pie fragrance. Now, it's done by two reviewers. Alonsoamazing and Bottom Note have kind of meshed their minds together and created really a unique video that is, pretty rare to actually see. Hope to see more of those videos coming out, and it's definitely an interesting video. Very entertaining. Go ahead and check it out. As far as fragrances that aren't really talked about, we've got one from Redolessence, and that is Dead Sexy by Tokyo Milk. Definitely a rare review. It's a rare fragrance house, what I like to consider, just because there aren't that many people talking about it in the fragrance community or even outside of it. So go ahead and check that out. And there's also a double review from gentsrevs, basically, where he check out the video. Basically, I don't want to go ahead and ruin it for you, but definitely take a look at it and you'll see exactly what I mean. And finally, we have a top 10 video coming from castroydg, and that's a top 10 high school video for high school fragrances coming out. So the top 10 high school one, there are a couple top 10 high school ones going around, but I think this one brings a pretty interesting or a different perspective or take on it. Now, finally, in the last section, we have our fragrance news. I want to keep this one short for this time. We have another reviewer who actually does a lot of background fragrance industry, and that is none other than Victoria OMG. For this, I basically just want to touch upon either fragrance rumors or something of that matter that kind of comes along of like that. And the one major noteworthy item that I have is, for those of you who obviously know Pure Malt, Pure Havane, the Angel Men series, they're coming out with a new fragrance called Pure Leather, which I will definitely get and have a review of as soon as I can get everyone's opinion and finish testing it for a week. But it will be up and it will be available, and I'm sure many other reviewers will have the same thing. I'm excited for this fragrance. Personally, I love the Terry Mugler line. I didn't really like the last two releases as much as I can. Pure Shot, I applauded that they went in a different direction, but it really wasn't truly my cup of tea. Same thing with Taste of Fragrance. It was okay. It didn't really float my boat, but I do love Havane Malt and the original Angel Men, as well as Pure Coffee is somewhat decent in some matter. So I really appreciate that they're returning to the dark fragrance, and I really do think that it actually will be a pretty good fragrance. But that has yet to be seen. Let's get our noses on it, see what it's all about. And that's pretty much it for it. So if you have any questions, any suggestions or anything like that on this video will be evolving, as I've said. There will be changes made to it. So anything at all, send me a PM, leave a message down below. Thank you. Have a great day, people. And this has been Fragrance News Network. Take care.